So my name is Judge Kelsey. I'm one of the most recent judges on the bench. I think I celebrated my first one-year anniversary just last month.
Yep.
And with me is Judge McCarthy.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Judge McCarthy. Nice to meet everybody.
And we're out here tonight to spread some information, like she said, about the election process. As I mentioned, we both got on the bench just about a year ago, and after we get on the bench, now we have to run in the election. So I have a question for everybody here. How many of you know that the way to the bench is by governor appointment? Nobody. Well, just one or two people. Okay, so this is why we're out here. So the way that we found our way to the bench is we filed an application. That application allowed us to be interviewed amongst all the bar associations in the county and the state. That's the state bar, the county bar, the black bar, the Jewish bar, Hispanic bar, Asian bar, women's bar, gay and lesbian bar, all of these bar associations. That then allowed us to be interviewed in front of the governor's commission. The governor's commission then took all of that information and recommendations, interviewed us again, and then made a recommendation to the governor. That allowed us to get an interview with the governor. Now in that process, they check our backgrounds thoroughly. Our criminal background, our social background, our civic background, our experience, our skill, to make sure that we're not a part of any organizations that exclude people, everything. Then we meet with the governor, and then the governor appoints us. We serve until the next election, and that election is coming up. Now there's another way that you can find your way on the benches or on the ballot as well, and that is to be over 35, to live in the county, to have a law degree, and pay a $50 fee. And you can go to the Board of Elections and put your name in and say, I want to be a judge. A lot of people don't know that. They don't know that there are people out there who are not vetted, their background is not looked into to ensure the quality of people that find their way to the bench. So we're here to spread that word and information out here. I have some information about us if anybody is interested. There actually are 3 other of us that
Correct.
are also on the ballot who couldn't be here tonight. I'm going to just spend just a minute telling you a little bit about myself, and then Judge McCarthy can tell you a little bit about himself. So I'm a Bowie resident. I've been a resident for 25 years. I ran a law practice over on Mitchellville Road for 25 years. I represented the county doing all of the child abuse and neglect appeals. I also was a hearing examiner for the school board, and I also was a commissioner on the liquor board. And for those of you who follow the news, I came on the liquor board after everyone else was arrested.
Important fact.
That's right. So when they were trying to find someone, and when I got the call, it was because we know you have a squeaky clean
There you go.
background, and so that's how I ended up doing that. So now I'm on the bench. That's a little bit about me. Don't want to take up too much time from all of this amazing talent that's out here. So now I'm going to let Judge McCarthy tell you a little bit about himself.
Sure. Good evening, folks. My name is Jared McCarthy, and as we talked about, there's going to be 5 of us that are running together as a group. You're missing Judge Curry, Judge Surratt, and Judge Bariano. There's going to be 7 people total that are on the ballot. We're asking that you vote for the 5 of us. All 5 of us went through the governor's process, meaning we all went through the vetting selection process. Myself, I was county attorney under Rashern Baker. So what that means is I was the attorney that led all 35 attorneys that work for the county that make sure the county's government works for you. I did things like I closed the illegal nightclubs in the county. We did things like we did all the road improvements down in Piscataway when they had that landslide. Unfortunately, we had to close the road, and that left some residents out and high and dry for a while, but we also got the federal funding for them, the disaster relief funding. I was fortunate enough that Ms. Also-Brooks asked me to stay on for about a month in the initial part of her county exec because I was going to the bench. She asked that I delay coming on board to help with her transition. One of the proudest moments of my life, quite frankly, to be able to serve 2 county executives. The other thing I will say is tonight's program has been wonderful. Project MC, he is absolutely right. One of the things that we see as judges, and I just want to take the moment to say this, the quickest way to get in trouble as a young person is with firearms. We see it all the time. We would highly recommend to all our young people. We know it's out there. We know it's, it's concerning that people carry guns for protection, but without the proper license, you do end up in trouble and it follows you for the rest of your life. So Project MC, I loved your song on that or your speech, so please keep it up. I think you're doing a great service to the community on that. And with that, we do want to let you know about our other judges. Judge Curry, she is also, well, we'll start with all judges are required to live in the county. I myself am a resident of Upper Marlboro. Judge Curry is a resident of Bowie. She is a 25-year veteran trial lawyer. What that means is each and every day of her career, she tried cases in this county. She represented people, she represented corporations. That's the kind of background she brings. She's raising 2 children in the county as well. Judge Bariano, same thing. He was previously on the district court for Maryland, which means that's the traffic court. We're the court above that. We do all the felony trials, all the divorce trials, and all the major civil trials. So that's anything above $30,000. Judge Bariano is raising 2 kids in the community as well, and he is in the University Park area. Our last judge who was not able to be here tonight was Judge Surratt. She's at the end of her 15-year term. That means she has already served the community for 15 years as a judge. She's required to run again. Judge Surratt is a national, and I say that again, a national expert on child issues. She does child in need of assistance. Those are children that are found to be neglected. She's done juvenile reform. She is actually the judge that led there's the Child or the Family Justice Center that recently opened on Main Street right next to the courthouse that is designed to provide free or low-cost services to members of the community. She led that initiative. So with that, we're going to not take up any more of your time, but wanted to let you know, 1, we're going to be on the ballot. 2, know the judges that you're going to vote for. Experience matters. Keep in mind, we do make decisions each and every day that affects the lives of the folks in the community in front of us, and there's not a lot of room for a mistake. So with that, we look forward to hearing more of the acts tonight. Thank you very much for your time.
And I'm actually going to make one more announcement. I'm a past president of the J. Franklin Bourne Bar Association for Montgomery and Prince George's counties, and I just want to make an announcement that we are right in the midst of our annual oratorical contest for high school students, 11th and 12th grade. If you go to bournebar.org, then the information will be there with respect to the application. The deadline, I think, is coming up February 21st. It's an awesome, awesome event where students come and orate. This year's topic is them giving a mock State of the Union address. And the first prize is $1,500 scholarship. Second prize is $1,000, and third prize is $750. And we do have some information here and some packets. If anybody's interested, I'll just put it behind my seat so I won't bombard you with it. But if you'd like to, feel free to come grab one. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.